Your face is giving, it's glowing, it's giving everything I need right now.
Thank you. I love you with this purple backdrop. Like it's popping.
Ah.
Look at us.
Hey.
Congratulations on season 2. It's truly such an amazing series.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I was talking with Michelle just about your friendship and just how that came to be. And I really just want to hear from you about, first impressions of working with her and how that led us to where we are today.
I gotta tell you, it is inappropriate how much I feel like we are two peas in a pod and that I feel like I know this woman. I've only met her through Survival of the Thickest initially. We may have run into each other once or twice in the New York City club scene because a lot of the stand-up comic and drag entertainers and burlesque entertainers, New York City, everybody mixes together in New York City. But my first official time meeting her was when I was in the makeup chair and she came through into the makeup chair room as well, filming season 1. And when I tell you we screamed so loud, I think you can imagine. And ever since then, we just been screaming the whole time. I love her so much. I love her heart. I love how much she can see people. She sees people. And I what I mean by that is she sees the heart and their humanity first. And that's what she seems to deal with. And that seems to be what is important to her. And that is certainly why we connect in the way that we do. And it was her. I mean, if somebody told me when I first got cast for season 1 and then obviously season 2, if somebody had told me, oh, you're just going to be in the show and you're just going to be fabulous every now and again, I would take it. I would take it. But the fact that she was like, I'm going to write some moments for you that are things that we've not seen before because our community needs it. Michelle, she is, she goes beyond what you would define as an ally. She is a part of the queer community because of how she loves and understands us. And that is beautiful. And so but without those things, she's obviously hilarious. She's obviously wild. And I love all those things about her too. She's just a real gal. She's a real gal.
She is. Yes. And we really got in depth on just, the intention that she really puts into the series, even behind the scenes, in the background. It's crazy. How much she puts in.
There was, without going into too much detail, there was the scene that we were shooting in season 1 where, the line between an actor and somebody who brings an authenticity to that role can sometimes be blurry when you're hiring as background talent, drag entertainers and people like that to be the authentic sort of support talent that's in the show. And there was a moment where anyone who doesn't have experience with drag queens might have said, okay, that's it. You're done. It's done. It's over. The day's over. Goodbye. She really took time and said, stop it. Hold on. These girls are in drag and we can't just dismiss them. We have to make sure that they are okay getting home in drag alone through New York City at 2 or 3 in the morning. And she's right, but that's not something that most people would think about unless you know and care about our folks in the community and understand what it's like. And that was early on in the season. And although I loved her very much and was like, yes, I live for you, I knew right there that she really, the cameras were not rolling. This was her just saying, no, this is what's right. And that felt great. And so she understands the community in a way that most people probably wouldn't take the time to learn.
Yeah. And then, going into this season, she writes you some wonderful scenes, and especially in episode 6, we get to see a beautiful love story. So I'd love to just hear from you, about creating those moments and then living through them and bringing it to screen.
I just had no it was not anywhere in my vision that when I got hired to do this show after auditioning that would be in the cards at all. I was not thinking that. And I ask myself all the time, why is that? because Michelle was able to say, girl, you're going to do this. We're going to do this. This is important. And not only it could have just been like a little blip. Like I could have just ran and been like, I had a little moment, and that was it. She weaved the love story of my character with Harrison, my partner, through this episode and then furthermore through the series in such a beautiful way. It's like quilted, like lovely quilt, that ties together and impacts other people's stories, other characters' lives. And we have some pivotal moments in episode 6 that in this version of the story would not have been able to happen if it weren't for that moment with Peppermint. And I'm really grateful for that because it shows the viewers that trans people are needed and valuable in their lives and can be valuable in their lives and certainly are valuable to the lives of the other characters in the series. And I'm just really grateful that she saw it important to do that.
Absolutely. And you even got, a little moment to give a speech. And so I wanted to ask, in the show, like, did you have an opportunity to write that or was it a co-writing? And like, how did you know what, you wanted to share in that moment?
Yeah, it was written initially, for me in the script. And then pretty much everybody in the writing team said, we want this to be authentic. So please, let's talk, let's collaborate. And I had a chance to collaborate on that, as I have with so many of the other moments that are meant to really reflect the authenticity of my character. Everything from lines and script to the wardrobe, being very collaborative and understanding the vision together. And it's just really special because I've been on many sets where the burden for bringing authenticity to the project is solely on the shoulder of me as the performer. Or the other extreme where like, this is what we think you are, but we're not going to ask you. This is what and so this was a beautiful sort of amalgamation of all the different things that we needed to do. I was able to learn from them and what we wanted and what they wanted, and we were able to bring some authenticity to it, and especially that speech moment. And I could have written it 100%. I feel like I've never been in that exact scenario before, but I feel like if I were in that scenario, that's exactly what I would have said.
It was very powerful, very moving. I loved every second. I can't wait for everyone else to see it. And it's just, it is bringing such beautiful trans representation to our screens. And I know that, now more than ever, that is so important. And also that you have been advocating for this to be bigger in reality TV. So I kind of wanted to ask you about that initiative and how that got started.
Yeah, I serve on the board of GLAAD, which is they've expressed and has expressed an importance in advocating for trans people specifically in the wake of everything that we're experiencing. And one of the things that GLAAD has done historically has been able to help move the needle and change the narrative in traditional media, scripted film and television, things like that, those areas. But reality TV, considering how like major it is, I mean, everybody's watching reality TV, still has some ground to make up. And so I partnered with Frankie Grande to, and asked some other people to come on board. And one of the very first people to come on board and sign our open letter to the reality TV industry, producers, writers, things like that, casting directors, networks. We penned this open letter asking them to just do better and be more inclusive, not only with people that are on camera, but build a set of people who are behind the scenes, whether they're in the hair and makeup department, whether they're producers or whether they are driving the van to whatever it is, be more inclusive. Like, consider hiring people, especially if they're part of a marginalized group that is being shunned and left out in society, then they don't have access to the things like money and jobs and things like that. And so it's twofold. And if you build a set like that, then you're going to have a better product. And that is one of the things that Michelle has done with season 2, with the entire series of Survival of the Thickest in partnership with Netflix. And so it's no surprise that she was one of the first people to sign that letter in support to the reality TV industry.
And I mean, just going off of that, like, obviously this is something that we definitely want to see more of. Is there a certain project that you have in mind that you would really like to bring and for people to see.
Well, I would love to have another turn on Traitors. I'm not gonna lie; it's one of my favorite reality TV shows, and I think they, I think, okay. But then also, yeah, I'm big into horror and murder mystery. So if I had the chance to produce something that was reality TV based, then I would probably want to go along those same lines. Something that's kind of wild and scary because I love that kind of stuff. But I think the America could benefit from seeing a moment. I think America could benefit from like the Bachelorette, the trans Bachelorette, or the trans masculine, the trans male Bachelor. Let's show our experiences. Let's show queer love and queer existence in a way that's not just tragedy, that's not just struggle all the time. Yes, we struggle. We're struggling now. But we also, struggle doesn't exist without triumph. It doesn't exist. They're two sides of the same coin. And so let's show that other side of the coin.
So we're manifesting Traitors another season and then hosting the Gay Bachelorette.
Hello, that's what I'm talking about, darling. It's going to be everything. I would watch it.
I'm already on board. And I did want to say that the show also tackles, obviously, just being comfortable with yourself, with your body image, with your sexuality, everything like that. And I feel like that's another topic that is harder now than it should be. It's hard. It feels like it's not going in a forward direction. So do you have any thoughts on that and just how important this show is with that?
It's key. And I think, I think it is easy maybe on paper to look at, LGBT issues or like issues that are important to Black women or issues that are disabled people or body image issues. It's easy on paper to kind of separate those things, but they all are intertwined. I, as a trans woman, have had the most stress and strife I've gone through has been about my body and how it's seen, how I move through space and time. Not time. I'm not a time traveler, although I look way younger than most people think I am. And the point is, and so that is something that everyone deals with. And these are human issues. We deal with these issues, whether it's our body, whether it's how we look and appear, our skin, our sexuality and our gender, whatever it is, we deal with those issues because we are human and those are human issues. And so zooming out, that is something that I think is universal and that we do so well on this show is that unlike maybe current administration and current times, instead of crossing out these groups because we don't want them to be there because we don't like DEI, we're saying this is what exists. This is what is in the garden of life, right? And so I guess I'm getting hungry. So let's just show it because they exist. We exist, and I'm grateful for that.
We're just trying to have the world look how that world actually looks because that's, the
how
reality
the world
of it all.
Yeah.
I loved everything we've talked about so far, and I just wanted to end on kind of a happy note with everything going on. What are you doing to stay joyful, to stay happy?
I am definitely going to go to the movies and have ice cream and candy with my girlfriends sometime this week. That's a joyous thing for me. And if I'm not able to do that this week, it's only because I'm having one of the most joyous experiences of my life, being able to celebrate and promote a show like Survival of the Thickest. Being able to promote season 2 of Survival of the Thickest is one of the most joyous things I've ever done. It's one of them professionally. It's one of the things that I'm most proud of, even for my small contribution to it. And I'm just grateful to be able to have these conversations with people because they are so timely. And I think that is really, really key. And so I get the most amount of joy from being able to watch this, to participate in serving this to other people and introducing it to other people. And then I'm going to get a whole lot of joy sitting with my ice cream and cake and candy, watching it, binge watching it when I'm home alone with my no boyfriend.
I mean, me too. I get it. I'm here with my cake too.
Love
that, it's still good. Still watch the show.
Oh, it's great. I ain't unhappy about it.
Right.
My partner is the refrigerator. Okay, we're getting into a weird zone here.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on the show. It was lovely
My
talking to
pleasure.
you.
Thank you so much.